All right, are you ready, Mommy?
Ready. I'll count you in.
Thanks,
Ready
buddy.
in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where my mom's at podcast with Christina P.
Oh my God, I opened the studio. What would possibly compel me to bring Where My Mom's At out of retirement? I will tell you, with me today, I have my absolute two favorite podcasters, Nakeya Looper and Dawn Smith, everybody. From the Middle-Aged Mamas podcast. Welcome to Austin, you two.
Thank you. We thought we'd bring a little LA sunshine, but it's super cloudy outside.
I know. I'm so happy you guys are in Texas. I'm thrilled that you've joined us. I have fallen in love with the Middle-Aged Mamas. You guys are so unhinged and so much fun. And how did this start?
Well, we just, you know how when you're going through puberty, there's, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Yes.
And there's all these things to tell you, to prepare you for puberty, but nothing for middle age. So as we started getting older, we're like, hey, wait a minute. Nobody told me that I was going to have some vaginal dryness. Nobody said that.
Yeah.
Nobody told me I would be plucking hairs out of my face.
Yeah.
And gray pubes.
I haven't gotten those yet.
Me either, but I've heard about them.
They're coming.
You and I are like the same age, so I always look to you. Do you have gray pubes yet?
I do.
Wow, Dawn.
My husband told me.
She says hers is in the seat.
He did.
That's so rude.
Because I noticed them in my eyelashes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have gray eyelashes, and he said, you have gray hair somewhere else too.
Rude.
Yeah, in the seat.
So rude. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you gonna let them? I mean, I guess we just let them go.
I just
gray.
let them do what they do.
Yeah, because you can't really dye your pubes, can you?
No, but we learned last week's episode that men like it like bare. So if you could just pull it all out. Remember, your brother told us this.
My brother said that.
Yeah, he said bare is best. And I was like, I think we're just past the bear's face.
Bare is wait, but does it go bald too? Your meow? Because if it goes gray, then can it go bald?
Right?
Is that the next level of aging?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not going to find out either. I'm not going to just...
I can't really see it because I have to lift stuff up.
Samesies, yeah.
I don't do the mirror and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, I don't do it either. But I mean, I guess it's a process. Nakeya and I, we were just talking before we open these mics up that she and I have every year we choose a new diet.
You're right.
And we're like, what's it going to be this year?
Yeah.
And now we both surrendered to the Ozempic.
Oh, yeah. Because it works. Why not?
Yeah, you just have to sew your mouth shut. That's
Exactly.
how you lose.
And if you haven't noticed, now thick is out. Remember the whole brace your body and self-love and all the lumps and bumps are perfect? Well, it's not perfect anymore. So
Did they decree? Did they make a formal and who made the announcement?
Oprah.
I think once
She
Oprah
did.
was skinny, then it's cool for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are 100% right.
Yeah, she's
because
so fine.
Oprah was on the Weight Watchers forever.
Right.
Which, by the way, we were like, okay, bitch, it's been a decade of Weight Watchers. You're still the same
Right.
weight.
Yeah, we're just coasting.
Yeah.
Counting points. Remember all our counting
Oh,
points?
that's too
I
much
did it
work.
for years.
Subtraction. We were like mathematicians trying to figure out how much you can eat.
I know, but fast forward to next year when we're like, I'm 20 pounds heavier than I was because I got off the Ozempic. But I don't care. Whatever. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Oprah got thin. You're right.
Yeah, and she looks amazing. At
She
70.
got
Can you bring her up? She's 70.
She's 70, wearing crop tops.
Sexy.
Now, listen, I love me some Oprah Winfrey.
Look at that.
Those purple
Snatched
dresses.
waist.
Yeah.
Snatched.
It was the color
Dude, she
purple
looks
when
great.
when you were able to see it all. Look at that.
Dude,
Yeah.
Look at that one. The sequins. Come
Now,
on,
is
Oprah.
she still with Stedman or is she traded up now?
No, I think they're still
Oh.
together. He's
Look
been
at
through
that.
everything with her.
I know.
Ooh, wee.
I know. And the one, I love Oprah, but I feel like motherhood was the one topic she really couldn't totally speak
Right.
on. But that's why I like your podcast
Right.
because you guys do speak
Yes.
on everything. And you guys are in different stages of motherhood. I'm in like the childhood 5 and 8 year old. They're breaking my house apart.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Nakeya has
All
teens.
All teens.
And you in
And two
college
sets of
age.
twins.
Two sets of twins is
It's nuts.
always been bonkers to me. But your temperament, you were meant to have that many children. Nakeya.
Right.
I think
and
that
they're the best. They're so much fun.
They
And I've
are.
always told you, when you raise them right when they're young, when they're older, the teen years aren't as horrible. So my kids, it's not like, oh, the teens, they're great. We're having a blast. Obviously, it ebbs and flows, but for the most part, teen years are fun.
Yeah, there's no
They
like,
can be fun.
there's no fuck you, mom.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Girl.
Hell no. But I raised mine right, and it was still very difficult for the teen years.
Tell me about it.
It doesn't matter. And I feel like I have 3 kids. One is in college, 2 are in high school. Like one's about to graduate from high school. And it's been difficult. It's been really difficult. And I used to always think, like, I'm going to just do everything the opposite of what my parents
Yes,
did.
that's what I'm
like,
doing.
I was so like judgmental and on my high horse, and then these kids came out and I was like, what the hell? Like, who is raising you? Because they still get crazy.
I know.
They do, no matter. Like when Nakeya would always say, oh, it's so wonderful. Oh, it's so lovely.
It is. It
And I'm
still
thinking,
is.
like, I don't trust mothers that say this is wonderful and lovely. Like, your ass is lying.
Are you lying to us, Nakeya?
I'm not
like,
lying. They have their moments, but
this shit
I'm
is
having
hard.
fun in the moments. And I have someone that I can call, say,
Right.
this just happened. What do I do?
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, it's all right.
And I do think too, speaking to Dawn, because Dawn, maybe you and I are more similar. I don't know. Are you a little more neurotic? Because I'm more neurotic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
major OCD.
Major problems.
And
yeah.
and I didn't know that I was crazy. I don't think I knew until I got married.
Yeah.
Like my husband and I dated for 7 years and we didn't live together or anything. And then when we got married, there was one day, because he would leave open, he'd go in the kitchen and leave the cabinet open a little bit, leave a drawer open a little bit. And he was like looking through everything and left everything open. And I went in the kitchen after him and I was just like, and I said, and then he said, you are crazy as hell. Yeah. And that's when I knew.
Yeah.
And so, when you don't have to share your space with people, you don't realize that you're
So
crazy.
true.
And then now you have kids that are like slobs and you're trying to go behind them and
forget
clean
it.
up. It's nuts. So I do just walk around like,
You got to take your Lexapro.
I was
Are you
just about
on
to
it?
say,
Yeah.
here comes the Lexapro ad.
I have some good stuff.
really helps. Yeah, what you got?
I have some good stuff.
Which one?
Zoloft.
Woo! Yeah, that's the big guns.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you
Yeah.
mix? Now you can mix and match.
You know what?
I just found out.
Because I didn't even know about it. It was like perimenopause
Yes.
what happened for me
Yeah.
when I turned 40. So I've been in this like for a long haul.
Yeah.
And my gynecologist was like, oh, well, we treat that with Prozac. I was like, sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've tried different things, but it's been because of like my mood swings because of perimenopause.
For sure.
But once I got on it, I realized like I could have used this like years and years and years ago. So it's wonderful. I go on and off, but yeah, now I'm on and it's lovely.
Yeah.
I know. I gotta tell you, because I got on Lexapro after my second kid was born because I had so much anxiety.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was just OCD
Oh, yeah.
and Nakeya was around during that phase, and
Yeah.
I was like, I can't. And then I got off of the Lexapro for 6 months, and I was like, oh shit, now I'm in menopause. This
Right.
is
Right.
awful.
And that's things
Awful.
that no one tells you about that's
Nobody
coming.
talks about.
I didn't even know there was a peri. I thought you just went straight from one thing to the other.
See, I kind of
Yeah.
feel like this peri thing is horseshit. It's like, no, dude, you're drying up.
You're like, you're just a bitch.
Yeah.
But it takes so long though. Like
I
I've been
know.
going through it for 10 years. For
Dude.
10 years. And this period keeps showing up.
Yeah.
Like every month. It'll tease me. Like it'll be really, really late. And then just like bam. I was walking into work the other day and I was just walking. And then I just feel like gush, gush,
No.
gush. Like what the hell?
I know, and it's
Yeah.
such torture, like those
awful.
few days, hours leading up to it. Like, you know what I mean? The anxiety of waiting for it. You're like, Jesus,
Yeah.
just let it
Right,
drop, let the
right,
beat drop, and then I'll
right.
just be like myself, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's torture.
And why are we even having them? We're done having kids. Like, that's so torture.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I
just
know.
shut the tap off, God. Like, I'm not.
Shut it off.
I'm done. I don't
Right.
need this shit. Yeah, that's interesting. So kids, I think, based on your temperament and how they trigger you up, or maybe they don't trigger you up. Because with me, I saw this great cheesy clip on TikTok today. This man saying that, when you raise your children, you're actually going back to the 8-year-old you were.
That's very
and
true.
reparenting or redoing the work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, my childhood was fraught with a lot of stuff. So you go
Mine too.
back, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this kid is triggering me up because of
Right.
what was going on at 8 years old in my life.
Right. Wait,
you know?
you listen to serious TikToks? Your TikToks always scare me. Why don't you ever repost the serious ones? It's always some crazy guy shooting fire up his ass.
I'll never repost the sincere. I can't ruin my
I'm
rep.
so scared to touch
Right.
the button. I'm like, do I want to see this?
I can't ruin my reputation. Come on now. Yeah. So you're like, why doesn't this?
Right.
Yeah. And some phases don't phase me with my kids, and some I'm like through the roof. So I don't know. Maybe Nakeya is like she's very
Well, I
even
think,
keel generally.
Yeah, both me and William, my husband,
Yeah.
are pretty chill. So maybe we just have chill kids.
And
Although
you
I have a
two-
couple of spicy ones.
You have this, yeah. But you and William are a great team in parenting it as well.
Yeah.
And if you two are a good temperament match and you go into parenting a certain way, then maybe that helps. Because my husband's a little more avoidant with the kids and he gets a little more stressed out.
frazzled.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe are women designed to handle the chaos better? Is that, we're more in tune with the emotional world, I don't know.
I think it just depends because sometimes I'm really cool. Like when my kids are acting crazy, I can be really cool. And my husband will come out and say, don't disrespect your mother. Like he'll get really upset. And I'll say, no, let them express themselves. This is important. They have a voice. I don't want them to be an adult and not be able to express themselves. But then there'll be other times where I'll be like, I'm done with this one.
Yeah.
Like she don't ask me for a ride to school.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you no money, nothing, And then my husband will step in. So we trade off. Like if
That's good.
because I was done with one for like several months. I was like, don't text me.
Don't call.
Nothing. I even blocked her for a little
What
bit.
happened? Well, how old is this child?
She's my teenager.
Okay.
And she's just, you know what it is like when you talk about like reparenting? She's me. Yeah.
Oh,
she's me
yeah,
to a certain degree. Like each child is a little bit of me.
Yeah.
And some of them are, it's like characteristics that I like in myself.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
others, stuff like, damn, I'm annoying. Like, how do people, like, I've been with my husband for 30 years. I'm thinking, you're not tired of me yet? Because if this is what I'm doing. So I think she just triggers me. And she's going through senioritis. And because she's in high school about to graduate. And she's saying, oh, college is a scam. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to take a gap year. Like she's damn Malia Obama or something. Like she's going to take a gap year and
Malia?
travel.
I didn't know that.
She's going to travel the world. I'm like, on whose dime?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Get a job
Yeah,
and
Rockefeller,
travel?
come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I wish I did too. What are you talking about?
I was just pissed because she doesn't want to leave. Like I wanted her to go far away.
Okay.
I was gonna turn her room into my walk-in closet.
Right.
Yeah, she's ready to redesign.
I was like,
Plans,
I'm
dude.
like, dude, I have plans for your room.
Get the
And so it's like she doesn't even like us, but she doesn't want to leave. She only likes her cat. I wanted both she and Biscuit to be out my house.
Yeah.
And she's sticking around. And so I was pissed. I'm
You're like, kick rocks. Well, that's what I hear
Get outta
too.
here.
That the younger, because Gen X, we were so neglected. I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
Kids.
Key and I always talk about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That I think I can't speak for all of us, but I definitely overcorrected in the parenting department of like, I'm here, I'm available.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The gentle parenting side came out.
Fuck that. Look, I'm all done with gentle parenting.
Yeah, it's
You're
smart.
so gentle
that.
parenting.
No,
You
I don't.
are.
No,
You
I'm
are.
black mom / gentle parent mom.
Really?
I have my moments, but they know. They know how
know.
much they can do.
I
Yeah.
think you're like the child whisperer. I think
I'm
that's
the
You are.
baby whisperer,
Is
but I
that
have
what it
teenagers.
is?
There's no gentle with teenagers.
See, I think
Yeah.
there is, okay, I love this discussion because there is gentle parenting, which is like, I see what you're feeling right now, and you look like you're frustrated.
Yeah.
That's got to be hard.
Then you're like, go pick that shit up.
That's right.
Yeah. You let them have their feelings, but you still got to go pick it up.
And then you black mom them.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Yeah.
It's got to be a gentle black mom. Is that a new thing? Are we inventing a new?
I think so. It's just the look. My gentle black mom is that I'm not cursing you out. Like
that's true.
I'm not calling you out of your name.
Yeah, that's what I've changed.
Up.
I don't curse my kids out, but I will give them a stare down like you don't even need to say anything after. So I definitely do that. I do let them express themselves, but and I don't beat them. That's the other thing.
We're not taking out switches.
I know, and sometimes I think that's the problem. So when my kids were acting out, my husband will say it's because we don't beat them.
Yeah,
that's why. Like had we beat their ass at least a little bit,
a little bit,
like just so they have that fear, so they know. Because when I say to my son now, like, don't make like I tell him I'm gonna chop him in his throat. But of course I'm not chopping anybody in the throat. But that's what my husband's like, it's because
that.
It's because we didn't beat them. So they don't have the fear that I think I was always afraid of a beat down, like to get cussed out and to get beat. Our kids don't have that fear. That's why they're not afraid to leave, even though I want them out of my house. They're like, what you gonna do?
Dawn, I think you're right in that the kids got to know that you mean it and that you're the authority figure. And I think all three of us, it sounds like, got the beat down. And I mean, on the one hand, you're like, I get it. Just a little bit of fear is okay to instill in the kid.
Right.
But then it's like, dude, I don't trust you as the grown-up here. Like, you love me, and now you're going to beat the shit out of me? Like,
I know.
Who's my safe person?
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I think threatening their lives is fun. Where you're like, I'm going to throw you right in the river,
right?
And they'll be like, no, you're not, Mom, and then I'll be like, I'm not, but I will throw you in the lake if you know,
right?
Yeah,
I think you just have to have natural consequences.
Yeah,
you know? It has to just when they're young, it has to fit whatever happened, and then that's the correction you go, and you don't have to, resort to a beat down.
You have to beat them down.
Yeah, they just know they have to fix whatever happened.
Yeah, for sure. Fix it. Just fix it.
And my son doesn't even call me mom anymore. He's like, bruh. Well, for one, I don't. It's not even bruh. My son is 15. He's probably about 6'3". So everybody in the house is taller than me. Like the girls, my husband is 6'5". Like everybody's tall except for me. So I'm sure he thought he was insulting me. Like once he got to be taller than me, he would put his like elbow on top of my head and he would call me like all these nicknames. No, Mom. It was like D-Lo, like Lil D, Donisha. Like he would find like all of these like different ways to say Donisha, right? Like
I'm gonna start
all
calling
those.
You Donisha.
Don't call me Donisha. So he would call me like all of these names, and he would say, "You're so little," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." But I'm sure he was meaning to insult me,
right.
and so he doesn't even. So when I say, dude, have you cleaned your room? Like it smells awful. I don't think your boys are at that phase yet.
Not yet.
It smells like a gym. I don't even know. What's that commercial where it says like your nose blind?
They become nose
This
blind.
dude's room like my eyes water. When I open his door, it's disgusting. And he's just in the bed chilling. And I'm like, dude,
plates piled
you
up.
don't,
Yeah,
like
I
you
banned the
don't
food in the
smell
room.
this.
Yeah, no food in
it's
the
like
room.
ass, armpits, and feet. It's disgusting. And he's just chilling. And when I tell him, and I'm like, dude, my eyes are watering. And he tells me that I'm offending him.
Offending.
I'm offending him.
That's a word in our generation we don't even understand.
I am offending him.
Offend your mother, yeah.
Because I'm telling him that his room smells. And I said,
jeez.
dude, this smell is offending me.
Yeah,
like my nostrils are burning.
Yeah. You got to burn that room to the ground. Burn
he
it.
smells. He doesn't smell. I don't know how he doesn't smell.
It's because he's an athlete.
No, but that room, it's awful. And he's so handsome. And so, but I want to keep the girls away.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Is that once the girls start coming around, I bet you that room's going to change.
I want to keep
They're
the
not gonna be in
girls
the room.
away.
We don't do that.
No,
I don't do that
no,
either.
No. But I'm hoping like maybe the smell will like start getting on him. and then the girls will
then
stay
they
away.
start covering
if he's
it up
like
with
a
the Axe
stinky.
spray.
Oh, hell
God, that was
no.
the grossest.
Yeah.
The Axe spray.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
In my day, it was Calvin the CK.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Dude, girls, I'm so like, so I want to get my boys the HPV vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
Now? It's not time
now,
yet.
but for sure, because like, why not? No,
Yeah.
later, obviously. And I'm like, I'm so afraid of girls, dude.
I keep
And, like,
pushing it a year and a year and a year ahead.
And then you always call and ask me about
Like,
it.
did you do the HPV?
Yeah. Did you, Dawn?
I had my kids do it, and I think Nakeya. So my husband is a doctor.
Oh, good.
He's a surgeon, but he's not like
He's
a
a podiatrist.
pediatrician. He's a podiatrist, like he's a foot and ankle surgeon. But Nakeya will call me like, so ask Martin, like, what does he
use your
think about the
resources.
HPV? I'm
HPV
like-
for your feet.
I'm like, dude, like,
for your feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she says, well, what do you do? I'm like, whatever the doctor says, whatever
Yeah.
it's time
No,
to do.
I think it all the way through because you can wait
Yeah.
until they're actually sexually active. So, obviously we're not going to know when that time comes, but I keep assessing each year. I'm like, it's not time yet.
Well, I can ask you ladies this since you're ahead. What about cell phones and social media? Do you have any wisdom on that? I'm terrified.
It's scary, but I love that you can find anything you want to know with the kids.
Yeah.
Like they leave evidence of everything. So when the kids start acting weird, I just say, phone check.
Nice.
Give me your phone.
Nice.
And then that's when I can find out like what's going on with them. But I did wait. Maybe like 13 or so.
Yeah, we didn't
before
start using social media until sports because sports you need to have a social media page.
You do?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
That's
Yeah.
I don't understand.
for when they're recruiting, they look at those things. So you have to post highlights and things like that. So we allow them to have social media now that they're 15, almost 16.
Yes.
But it's also limited,
Yeah.
and they can't have Snapchat because Snapchat disappears.
Oh, because there's no
There's no
evidence.
you can't trace it. So
Right.
just max 2, and that's it, and it's limited.
And I told my girls that I had to follow them. So I would know what was going on. But then that middle one, the one that I'm trying to put out, she had a secret account. And it was named like Bootylicious or something like that. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, no.
So they'll tell you.
Not bootylicious.
Yeah,
Not
like
bootylicious.
the sweet innocent one. Like
That's
they'll tell
funny.
you
It
like,
is the
oh
quiet
yeah.
ones.
But then
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
but then they go
yeah.
and they get that secret account that you don't know about, and they're going to be doing, twerking and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Yeah,
But
you
not
just have
boys.
to keep boys
No.
too. You have to keep a
Not
close eye
twerking,
on it.
no.
You just can't give them a phone and let them loose. You have to
Right.
You have to be mindful of what's going in and out.
Dude, and like I heard this thing where if some nasty little girl sends your boy
Yeah.
a titty pic, that it's on him because
Because he's
legally,
receiving it.
Yeah, it's child.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to have those conversations early on and all the time. And the best place to do it is in the car where they're trapped.
Yeah.
Where they don't have to look at you, because you're looking at the
Right.
road. So you just
Right.
casually bring up things that are uncomfortable, but you do it tidbits here and there. So early on, I told them, if you have a girl's picture in your phone, you can go to jail. I tell them the real
or
consequences.
spreading it because they want to
Yeah.
text it to their
Yeah,
friends,
if you send it,
obviously.
right. Then
Yeah.
you're
Who
distributing
wouldn't?
Yeah.
porn.
Oh my
Right.
It's
gosh.
crazy.
You just cannot be lazy. That's just what it comes down to. You
Right.
have to be diligent, especially in the world that we live in now.
I know. It's
Yeah.
it's so much more layered.
It is.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, we had same feelings and things to contend with, being left out, being unpopular, being
Yeah.
called a slut.
But now they see a
Yeah.
party all over social media and they're like, I wasn't invited.
I know.
So, or I'll tell them, why are you sitting there looking at other people have fun? Go outside.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. Go
Yeah.
outside and play or go do something.
But we do
So
it too.
true.
We do it too.
Oh, yeah,
like
you
we'll
sure were
see.
doing it last night and
What was I doing last night?
watching other people having fun.
That's the best.
Scrolling.
Yeah.
Because we're like on a 2-hour difference.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, we're about to have fun. And then literally she was snoring like 2 minutes later. I said,
I said, tomorrow we're going to stay up late. We're in the bed at like 9 o'clock.
Well, yeah, because you're home and listen, you're away from the family. This is why I love going on the road to do comedy because after work I just sleep in the hotel. Nobody, mommy,
exactly.
6 a.m. You know,
right.
So great,
it's awful.
Anyway, I want to play some prime cuts from your guys' podcast.
Yeah, let's see it.
To give some people. Which of these clips do you feel like playing, guys? You tell me. You give me your bangers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
you guys are spicy, so we don't.
We talk about everything.
You talk about everything.
Oh my!
Which is
why am
nice.
I looking at your TikToks? Look, that's how middle-aged I am. I'm over here looking
at the
I don't recognize that.
You guys.
Oh, okay. We can talk about the Ancestry. I want to get your take on this.
Okay, let's do it. Let's play the Ancestry clip. This is from the Middle-Aged Mamas podcast, available everywhere.
It got me thinking. I was like, I really don't like those random like Ancestry. Let's dig up stuff. Let's figure out. Why not? I don't think digging up certain things is worth the mess of it. That's just my opinion. And maybe because I don't have a bunch of...
Not necessarily a mess. Right.
But it's a lot of times it is.
A whole bunch of beautiful things.
That's true, but you never see in the commercials, find out your grandmama was a hoe. Find out. Why is it not in the commercial?
Why couldn't she be a woman of industry? Like, why couldn't she be a real estate person?
Then why wouldn't she have told if that was the case?
I don't know.
Yeah, did she? I think that people find out a lot of crazy stuff with this, and it's not always a love story of I found my long lost.
I love it. I agree with you, Nakeya.
Yeah, the audience was split on that one.
Really?
Yes, a lot of people figured they want to know and they'll take the smoke. Whatever comes, they'll be happy with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm of the, I don't want to know. They're dead. I don't give a shit. And if they're related to me, chances are they're mentally ill and messed up and full of trouble. I don't want it.
Exactly.
Don't need it.
Because how's it going to change your life knowing that you have a drop of Irish blood in you?
Not a goddamn thing.
My goodness.
Nothing.
I don't give a rip.
Right.
I know.
But a lot of people want to know.
I know. My husband's like, I'm a 0.4% Scottish. I'm and I was like,
You're like, what's that mean?
Who cares? It means
You get sunburned?
Yeah. Yeah. I have a sensitivity to sunshine. Yeah, no shit, dummy. Yeah.
Well, I think you were for it too, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why, Dawn.
I just want to know. I think, and then I'm always sharing like, oh, my grandfather was Panamanian, but my grandparents were divorced when my mom was 2. Like, we don't even know Spanish. I've never even been to Panama, but I still say it. So I still think it's interesting. Like, I had a student the other day come up to me and she's like, what's your race? Like, what's your ethnicity? I said, I'm Black. Like, well, what you mean? She was like, but are you African? I said, I'm African American. She's like, but are you from Africa? And I'm wondering, like, why is this girl asking me all these damn questions? But then she said, oh, because you look just like my mom, and my mom is from Zimbabwe. So then I had to go like look up women from Zimbabwe, and they were beautiful. So I was like, oh, I'll take it.
Yeah. But I just tell my kids we're blackity black. Like, that's all we need to know. We're just blackity. We're just regular black.
We're just blackity black. Right.
I really don't care.
But yeah, that's what I think when I think about like your features, your characteristics, like certain things, because we don't know. Like, I can't, trace it back. So I think in that regard, it's important to me.
That is nice.
Yeah, but you can't go that far.
But I'm trying to also find out how to get free money, like for school. I'm thinking, because we don't qualify for anything. Like that damn FAFSA, everybody is doing it right now for college. And so, we don't qualify for anything. So if I could say, like my daughter's like, ooh, can I say that I'm Afro-Latina because your grandfather's from Panama?
Put that 23 in me in there.
Absolutely. Right. Like maybe we can get some money.
Yes.
Because we ain't getting nothing.
You just got to file bankruptcy. And then they'll give it to you.
And then they'll give it to you?
Yeah, that's
really?
what happened to me. Yeah,
that's the hack.
That's a hack. My stepdad committed tax fraud.
I was about to say, why does it sound like a crime?
It was a crime. Yeah, he committed tax fraud, and then we had to file bankruptcy the year I had to fill out my FAFSA.
Wow, and it worked for you.
Praise Allah, thank you. Bankruptcy, chapter 9 or 7. I don't remember.
I made it.
I made it just because of his misdeeds.
Oh no.
But yeah.
My mom was broke, so I just got it.
Maybe because I'm so, you know what, you bring up a nice point, Dawn. Like, there is a cultural, identity that you do inherit, right? Like we were in Italy, my husband and I, and we're in Rome, and it's like, well, here is the Colosseum, and this is 1,000 years old, and this is the Pantheon, and we're Italians, and we're Rome, and we're the Roma people, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that must be nice to settle into a heritage where you're like, look, I'm Italian, this is what we eat, this is what we sing, this is how we act.
Right.
Boom. And you have this nice cultural identity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about when it goes the wrong way and you find out
And then a
you got a
Mussolini.
brother somewhere? Then what?
Oh, I thought you meant like the Germans. Like World War II comes around.
No, you just want to find
those.
those cool facts, but then you find out you have a brother somewhere. Then
That's
what?
exactly my
That's the
fear,
problem.
Nakeya.
Yeah.
Because every time that fucking notification comes in, 23, you have a new relative. I'm like, no thanks.
Right.
Because my dad did a lot of fucking in the
Exactly.
80s and
And that's what people don't anticipate. That was my point.
Oh, I know people
Yeah.
who have. I knew of somebody who found a long lost daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
All of it.
Wow.
a man who didn't
Yeah.
even know.
Yeah.
And it's made his life better, but still, my God, it can
Right.
ruin families. Imagine
It
if this
can.
guy has a current family and then what?
Yeah.
Right. I have
I
a
know.
brother that I haven't met, and there is a guy that I work with who looks exactly like my dad, like more like my dad than my brothers.
Oh, no.
And I sent my dad a message. I said, Dad, there's this dude at my job. Like, he looks just like you. And then my dad's like, he ain't mine. And I was like, how do you know?
The 80s were a hell of a decade.
Yeah, they really
Yes,
are.
it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Dude, I heard this story one time. This guy was hooking up with this girl and they went back to her house. And they're whatever hooking up. And he looks over and he sees a framed photograph of this girl and his dad. And he's like, how do you know my dad? And she's like, no, that's
My
my
goodness.
dad.
Oh wow.
It turns out this guy had 2 families.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're making out with your sister.
That's disgusting.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even put that together.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Like that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah. So
That's the
that's
type of stuff that
I'd rather
happens.
not know.
yeah. I'd rather.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done enough work in my life.
Exactly.
I'm traumatized enough.
Yeah.
I've done enough.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on the Lexapro. Forget
Yeah.
it. The Ozempic, the Lexapro. I'm done.
It just calms it all down.
It really
Takes
does.
the edge off.
does.
Takes the edge off
It
of life.
does.
Yeah.
I'm almost 50. I don't need to do any more feeling or
Yeah.
thinking. What is
Yeah.
this? Sucking toes. Come on, let's go there.
Oh.
Let's play. You guys look like you have
this
fun.
is with my hubby.
Okay.
Oh, and I bet the listeners want to know, is it okay to get your toes sucked?
He's the podiatrist.
He is the podiatrist.
Doctor said that the bacteria in your mouth can be dirty. Coming from the podiatrist, is it okay? If it don't hurt.
Absolutely.
If it don't hurt.
Hey, and just use the mouthwash afterwards.
That's what you said. You wash your mouth out.
Hey, y'all don't want to go there with me.
We're talking about booties.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
She talked about the bacteria in our mouth.
No, I agree.
Oh.
Toe sucking. As long as you wash your mouth out, the
Yeah.
podiatrist says it's cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you say booty in there? Who dropped
Well,
the booty?
I said booty.
Yeah, you have to go to Crisco, and that'll make sense.
Right.
The
All
Crisco.
right, let's watch the
Right.
Crisco clip. Then.
Older black lady, and she kept saying she was using Crisco.
To do what?
On her labia and around, and kept saying it was helping her for dryness. She kept thinking, well, why is she using Crisco? Why is she using Crisco? And so she said when she went to the store, she was like, let me see what is even in this, because she keeps saying how it works good.
Crisco.
It is soy based.
Oh.
It's soy
So what does that
based.
mean?
And it smells like fried chicken.
It smells like what? Like fried chicken. It don't smell like fried chicken unless you fried chicken in it.
Would you recommend? Get some lube. You can get lube.
I love it.
Shout out to Camila, our other middle-aged mama back in LA. That's
she's
Camila
in
that you see there.
I love it.
But she was
beautiful
telling
one.
us that for vaginal dryness, a woman was using Crisco.
No.
Because it's okay to put soy in that area for moistness.
It is?
Yeah. And so that led us to talking about how it can go near your butt.
Right.
And then
All the
she said as long as
bacteria.
you wash your mouth out.
After you lick booty.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Listen.
you know that's a whole thing that's
No,
in.
it's a whole thing that's in.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't listen. That again, Gen X,
not
we were
going
not
there.
booty licking.
No.
No.
So I know what comes out. I don't want to.
Bro,
I'm
exactly.
so cool.
And why?
So cool.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, exactly. But like
No,
apparently
thank you.
these hoes in this generation.
I know.
Yeah, they're okay with it.
They're licking dudes' beeholes.
Yeah. Just make sure you wash your mouth out. And you'll be okay.
Disgusting. I'm good.
You should see how
good.
many emails will pour in telling me what a square I am.
For not doing
Because
it.
I don't, you don't lick your husband's scrum. You don't lick his ass. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I don't think I could take myself serious. I would probably just crack up the whole time.
but aren't you like, William's a clean guy. So is
Yeah.
Tom. I don't know your husband. I can't speak on.
He's a doctor.
He's a surgeon. He's got those sweet surgeon
Yeah,
hands.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
Dude, I hear what my husband does in the bathroom every day. It's
Right.
really
Yeah. Right. No, thank you.
Not trying to
no
go
thanks,
there.
Tom Hanks. And like,
No.
it's hot. Like I've grazed it. You know when you like teasing him, maybe you like
Yeah.
graze the butt cheeks, and you're like, it's so hot.
You
and
feel the
squirrely.
heat coming off of
or
it.
sweat.
You do.
No thanks.
Heat
You,
coming
you
off the
feel
street.
the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just need to get Dawn to do a lap dance for her
See?
husband. She still owes him a lap dance from.
From what?
From
you lose-
forever.
What do you mean?
I said I told him I was going to give him a lap dance on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
That was 23 years ago.
And what's the
And
hold
I, and I did it because I'm a square, I guess.
I'm a square.
And
too.
I'm just like a weirdo. And it would probably be more like a comedy show
Same.
than a
Right.
strip show.
Yeah.
I can't drop into the sincerity of something like
Yeah.
that.
Just
Can
wanna
you?
laugh.
No.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll do
no.
But can you do it? Can you, Nakeya? Like, can you do it seriously? Like, really try to turn him on with it, or would you? I would start laughing. and
Yeah.
be
it. He
like,
would
Yeah.
start laughing. That's the problem.
And that's the
He would
thing.
laugh.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't have rhythm. Like my husband always says, I'm like the rhythmless nation. And so like the coordination that would go into, like I can dance in a seat. Like I can sit down, like you would really think I was doing something. Once I need to stand up and like coordinate the top with the bottom and all that, I just lose it. And so I can't even
so
imagine.
gross, yeah.
And like I needed to do it 23 years ago before I had this fool's 3 kids and like
Oh,
have my
forget it.
body like all crazy. So I wouldn't even, I'm going to do it eventually
Yeah.
because so many people have reached out to me since that episode to say, he's a good guy. He deserves it.
Yeah. We're
I'm
going
like,
to take
dude,
a pole
I'm like,
dancing
he's-
class.
He's getting
Get
what
it
he
together.
gets and he loves
he's
it.
getting what he gets.
You know,
that's what I'm
like,
saying.
hey.
People pressuring me to lick my husband's
Right,
asshole.
like, damn, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's fine. He's fine.
We've been together for 30 years. If you
Yeah.
want somebody to lick your ass, go get somebody. I
Go
would be
get some.
cool.
Right.
Like,
Right. Do you think you will really though?
I-
I'd be
you
jealous.
know she would.
I'm
She's
very
lying.
insecure. I
She's
can't.
lying.
Yeah, yeah.
no, I think I would. Like for those things, you know, like maybe like a sister wife or like
I know.
to lick ass.
I know.
Or to do a lap dance. I would be totally fine. Even when he goes to the strip club, he's like, I'm not paying anybody anything, so just keep moving. So, you know, he's cheap. And so I don't really worry. I know he can't afford to have somebody else. He's
too cheap. That's
He's
lovely.
cheap. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
I'm like, you know, he's a doctor, but he can't afford to have another household.
Perfect.
There's not going to be another family anywhere. We're paying tuition and mortgage.
Listen,
and
the double family thing.
that's
I'm
a
always
lot
like,
of work.
Yeah, what's the appeal? Just
Yeah.
have the mistress.
Right.
right.
Don't have the family.
Yeah.
But have somebody
they do
with some
that?
money. Like, get yourself a sugar mama.
Yeah.
You don't try to take anything from the household. Like,
Yeah.
get Oprah. Oprah's fine right now.
Yeah. Oprah, she's
Oprah's
down to
fine
fight.
right now.
Oprah is fine. Like,
Yeah.
we got student loans.
Yeah.
Have somebody that's going to pay off some
That's
of this
right.
damn debt.
That's right. Get
What's up with the? What's
She's
up
got a
with
whole new body.
Right,
She's out
like,
there.
Come on.
Yeah, she's 70. She's ready to fuck.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
What's it going to be like when we're 70? Do you think we'll even want to have sex at 70?
I
Yeah.
hope so.
I will.
Like lazy kind. Like just
Yeah.
the, you know.
Just a lead over.
Kind I do now. Yeah.
You have
two
to have
kids.
sex.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
Yeah,
tired.
that lazy kind. Like I like to take a nap first.
Yeah.
And then just like wake up. Just like, ooh, what's happening?
That's nice. Can you do that with older
And
children?
then-
Oh yeah. Well, Dawn was
Oh.
doing it with babies. She would leave her
Listen.
kids at the dining room
I
table
would.
to go get a little quickie in.
That's right. Oh, that's why you
And high
guys would
chairs.
always call me for advice. Yeah. So we would say we were having a meeting. We were having a meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. So we would leave.
in high chairs.
Smart.
Yeah.
But that's smart. They don't know what's up.
But
They're
no,
just-
but they would think they were in trouble. So they would like come and knock on the door and say, "Are you meeting about me?"
Oh,
It's like yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
We would have a meeting.
See, I can't relax knowing that the kids are agitated and knocking at the door.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't affect my husband though. He seems
we're gonna get it in.
It never affects my husband. I could have a fever of 104. I could have diarrhea. Yeah, he doesn't.
No. He's ready.
He doesn't
Always
care.
ready.
That's funny.
But that's nice. I like
That's
that.
romantic.
Yeah.
You don't want some weenie that's
Right.
like,
No.
my feelings.
Scared of diarrhea.
Yeah. Pussy. Afraid
out
of
of
You
here.
better
diarrhea.
come and get this.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for people watching this show as middle-aged mamas?
I think we've met so many wonderful women that have talked about forgetting themselves. And I always thought that was, bullshit. Like, how do you forget who you are?
Right.
But it's true. You do get in a zone of raising kids, and you don't necessarily forget who you are, but you're not focused on things that you want to do.
So true.
So just keep at something on the side for yourself, whether it be a hobby, just something that brings you personal joy, so that you don't wake up at 48 and saying, oh, I've just been raising kids and working a 9 to 5. Have something that you're passionate about. And that's, pretty much what I got from you. You were like, go
thanks,
for
buddy.
it. Go for it. You better do it.
And look at you
Yeah.
guys now. You're so successful.
Yeah,
The
so-
Middle-Aged Mamas podcast is
Yay.
huge. You
Yeah.
guys have carved out such a lovely niche for yourselves.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's you know what I love about your show? It's just like being a fly on the wall.
Right.
There's you guys don't hold back and
Yeah.
you just say the thing. And I think especially in today's culture, everything is so restrict. I'm so afraid to say some truthful thing. And it's like,
Right.
yeah, but maybe it's true for you. You just speak your truth. You guys aren't, wanting to offend. It's
Right,
stupid.
no.
Right,
You're just
right.
saying your thing.
Yeah.
And it's so important. So I'm so glad you're doing. How about you, Dawn? Any
and
words?
I feel like we've been able to help a lot of people too, because there are things we don't just talk about sucking toes and dry coochies. We share like difficult experiences that we've had with our children and our relationships, and we have so many people reach out and say thanks for sharing that, because when I said I don't trust women, I don't trust mothers that try to act like everything is lovely, because what happens as moms is you feel like you're the only one going through this.
Yeah.
that's
Like
true.
you're the
Very
only
isolating.
one with crazy ass kids. You're
Yeah.
the only one. And so to have a space to be able to share, to let people know, like, no, you're not the only one going through this. And this is how we got through it, and try these things has been a byproduct of this that I don't think we even thought about. I hadn't even, Nakeya had been asking me for a long time to do the podcast. And
She
I
has
was
this
like,
smooth voice. You just want to cuddle up and,
beautiful.
and listen.
Come on.
but
she's perfect.
But I also had to think about, when our friends will say, oh no, we need the unhinged on. And I'm like, yeah, that's not for the world. That's for the girls.
Yeah, but we're slowly pulling it out.
That's for the girls. But I think about, there were a lot of things that were happening that I had to get permission from my kids. Like, is this okay for me to share this? Or even from my husband, is this okay? Because, there's certain things I need to be concerned about his career. I need to be concerned about the kids this. I need to be concerned. And so to be able to have a platform to share and be honest and vulnerable has been freeing for me.
Yeah.
And I think therapeutic as well.
Yeah.
What a cool time.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I don't think it's ever been done before in history where women can just open a mic
Right.
Yeah.
and just speak
Right.
their truth. And if you want to hear it, great. If
Yeah.
not, great. There's no boundaries to it. It's
Right.
entirely a new time and era, and it's
Yeah.
very fucking exciting.
Even simple things like the other day, I was opening a Tylenol bottle and I couldn't figure out if you're supposed to keep the cotton in or throw it out. Like,
Any
I need the answer to that. Do you have the answer to that?
I think it's part of the packaging for when it's being transported, but once it's in your home,
You can take it.
much like the yogurt, or sour cream, when there's a lid
That-
and then
yeah,
there's
and that
that thing.
foil
Right.
piece.
You take the foil and you're
take it.
done.
Right.
That was
Yeah.
just for transport.
So
Yeah.
so William was right. We had a mixed audience
Oh,
on that.
wow.
Some people were saying it was for dryness, to keep
I
the
don't
bills
know.
dry.
Hey,
It was some-
Google it.
Yeah,
So
no, this was my
What's this for?
Pazitsky effect a long
Yeah?
time ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
The
I like in my head, I was like putting the cotton back into the thing after I got
Right.
a pill. I'm like, wait a
Oh,
minute, what am I
no.
doing? Like, do I
Right.
need this? And I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure they said it's just for looks because like we got used to it. It used to be for the pills breaking, but now it's like pills don't break if you shake them. So.
Right. Yeah. Who has
No.
broken
So that's
pills?
the answer.
you should
Right.
not keep the cotton in the pill bottle.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Removing the cotton.
Oh, you
once
shouldn't.
Open
You
the bottle
should not.
because it can absorb moisture in the container, which can negatively affect the medication.
So your brother was right.
Too
Yeah,
much
so
moisture.
simple things like that
Too
we
much
discover.
moisture.
Yeah, it's life. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
You live and you
Right.
learn. I feel like I'm getting dumber the older I get. You know, you're like, you should know more. Like, on the one hand, I know more a little bit emotionally and how the world works. And then there's shit like that.
Right.
Right,
And I'm
right.
like, at 47, I really should know this by now. Like, what?
Right.
Discovering.
Yeah. So
Thank
you
you
learn
guys.
a little bit of everything.
You guys are the best.
Aw.
I'm so happy you made the trip out to Austin to do this
Yes.
show and that we opened up
you.
the studio. It was well worth it. You guys have to check out the Middle Aged Mamas podcast, available everywhere that podcasts are downloaded. Can they watch you on video on YouTube?
We're on
YouTube.
YouTube every episode.
Yes.
Every Tuesday we drop a new episode.
Tuesday. There you go. And you guys run social medias, Instagram.
are.
What's your Instagram?
TikTok.
3_mamas.
Nice. All right, guys, check it out. Yeah, thank you guys. You're the
Thank
best.
you.
I
Thank
love
you.
you. And
Thank
until next
you.
time, stay cool, moms. Bye. Hi, Mommy. Thank you for watching that episode. Did you like what you see? I hope you did. So why don't you subscribe? Just click the subscribe button and, hit the notification bell so you can get notified. And also, why don't you watch another video? Watch one of these. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, down there, whatever. There's so much stuff, bro. I make these all the time for you to watch. That's why I'm here. I love you.